Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love. But I will wed thee with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Oh, full of vexation come I, with complaint against thy child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, and my noble duke. This man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast, by moonlight, at her window sung with feigned voice verses of feigned love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy. Oh, with cunning thou hast filched my daughter's heart and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to harsh stubbornness. My gracious duke, be it so she will not before your grace come to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law.
What say you, Hermia? But be advised, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god. One who composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Take time to pause. And by the next new moon, the sealing day between my love and me, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else wed Demetrius as he would, or live an austere and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! True, he hath my love, And what is mine, my love shall render him. Oh, and she is mine. All my right of her, I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is greater than his. I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Demetrius made love to Helena and won her soul, and now she dotes. Sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon the spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. For you, fair Hermia, look, you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which we may by no means extenuate, to death or a vow of single life. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer, my love?
With duty and desire we follow thee.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Be like of want of rain, which I could well beteem from the tempest of my eye.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by history or tale, the course of true love never did run smooth.
Well, to choose love by another's eye.
Hear me, Hermia. I've an aunt of great revenue, and she hath no child. Her house, some 7 leagues from Athens, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, there shall I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league away from the town, there I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever woman spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
I will see thee there, Hermia.
Helena, whither away? Call you me fair?
That's fair again, unsay! Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair! Your eyes are lodestars. Your tongue sweet air more tunable than lark to a shepherd's ear when wheat was green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, where favor so? Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers with such affections move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my heart do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helena, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl upon bladed grass, a time when lover's stealth doth still conceal, away from Athens have we devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself will meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Take word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lover's food till morrow deep midnight.
Keep promise, love. Helena, adieu. And as you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
As fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyne, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and is therefore winged Cupid, painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure unheedy haste, and therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys and gain themselves forswear, so the boy's love was perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. But when this hailsome heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is but a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You are best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Well, here is the scroll of every person's name, thought fit through all Athens, to play in this interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
Well, first, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on. Then read the name of the actors and so grow to a point.
Marry, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Ah, a very good piece of work, I assure you. And a merry. Well, now, good Peter Quince, call forth the actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
And, sir, as I call you, Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for, and proceed.
Nick Bottom, you are put down to play Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover? Or a tyrant?
It is the lover that Pyramus must kill. That's your part.
This will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus's car shall shine from far and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You may speak as small as you will.
That I may hide my face, let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe, oh, Pyramus, lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and the lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Pyramus's mother. Tom Snout the Tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father, myself, Thisbe's father, Snug the Joiner, you the lion part, and I hope our play is fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you if it be given me for, I'm slow of study.
You may do it extempore. It's nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you would do it too terribly, that you would fright the Duchess and her ladies, that they would shriek. And that would be enough to hang us all.
That would hang us all. Every mother's son.
Well, I grant you, friends, should you fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion than but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, that I will roar you as gentle as any suckling dove. I will roar you, and to any nightingale.
You could play no part but Pyramus. Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, a lovely, gentleman-like man that one would meet on a summer's day. And therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
Discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange-tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Now, some of your French crowns have no hair at all. And then you'll play barefaced. Masters, here are your parts. And I entreat you, request you, desire you to con them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile outside the city, at moonlight. There we will rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we will be dogged by company, and our devices known. Now, in the meantime, why, I will draw up a bill of properties fitting our play. Gentlemen, fail me not!
We will meet, and there we shall rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet!
Enough! Hold or cut bowstrings.
Spirit, whither wander you? Over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere. And I serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their gold coats, spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors, in those freckles live their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou laudable spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have that child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk, and sometimes labor in the corn, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn, and sometime make the drink to bear no barn, mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm, those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in the very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks against her lips I bob, and on her wither dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt telling the saddest tale, sometimes for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, and down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, and then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees, and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. Oh, but room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress. What hath he her gone?
Ill met by moonlight. Proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland to amorous Philida. Why art thou here but that thou buskined mistress to Theseus must be wedded? And you come to bring their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus? For shame, Titania. Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus.
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never, since the midsummer spring, have we met on hill and dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beach margins of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fog, which falling in the land have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere its youth attained a beard. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frost far from the fresh lap in the crimson rose, and Arnold Hines' thin and icy crown, and Oda's chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, the angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world, by their increase, now knows not which is which. And the same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little Indian boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see their sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate, and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as though from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her son, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus's wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, then, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away! We shall try downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way! Thou shalt not from this wood till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory, and saw a mermaid sitting on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew calm, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not. Flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal thrown by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, that it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votaress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. And maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, that herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make man or woman madly dote on the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that flower, and be thou here again.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she's asleep and drop the liquor of it on her eyes. The next thing she then waking looks upon, be it on wolf or bear, on bull, meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it in the soul of love. Oh, but who comes here? I am invisible, and will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood. And here am I, enwoed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Therefore, hence. Get thee gone, and follow me no more.
Oh, you draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you? God.
And even for that, I do love you the more. I am your spaniel. And Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you do your dog?
Oh, tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I am not in the night, nor doth these woods lack worlds of company. For you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest had not such a heart as you!
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go! Or, if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town and field, you do me mischief. Oh, fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hands I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this wood, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Welcome, wanderer. Hast thou the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
Pray thee, give it me. I know a certain bank where the wild thyme blows, where ox slips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk rose, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled into these flowers with dances and delights. And there, the snake throws her enameled skin weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. The juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond of her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come. Now a roundel and a fairy song. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices and let me rest.
Fill now this melody. Sing in our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby. Fill mouth with melody. Sing in our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby. La 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 lullaby. Hence away, now all is well. One aloof stand sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost awake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair. When thou wakest, it shall appear, in thy eyes it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in this wood. And to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest, Hermia. I mean, if you think it good, and then tarry forth the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
Well, one turf shall serve as pillow to us both. One bed, one heart, two bosoms, one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear. Lie further off, do not lie so near.
Oh, take sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes meaning in lovers' conference. I mean, my heart unto yours is knit, therefore one heart we make of it. And two bosoms in a single oath means two bosoms and a single troth. Therefore no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much be sure my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love never alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen. I hear your fair prayer, say I. And end my life when I end loyalty. Oh, look, here's a bed. God grant him rest.
With half that wish, the wish's eyes be pressed. Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night in silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. Oh, and hear the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. She durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thine eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon. Stay! Though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkly leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No! No. I am as ugly as a bear. For beasts such meet me, run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery-eyed? But who is here? Lysander on the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound,
and walk through fire I shall for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena. Oh, well, nature shows art that through thy bosom that I can see thy heart. Oh, where is Demetrius? How fit a word is that vile name to perish upon my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander. Say not so. What, though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
What? No, content with Hermia? No. No, I do repent the tedious minutes that I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena do I love. I mean, who would not change a raven for a dove? And man is by his reason swayed, and reason tells me that you are the worthier maid. And things growing are not ripe until their season, and I being young till now, not ripe to reason, and touching not the point of human skill. Reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I have overlooked love stories in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve such scorn? Is't not enough? Is't not enough, young man, that I did never know, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but that you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth, you do! In such disdainful manner me to woo, but fare you well. Perforce, I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused must of another therefore be abused.
Helena, Helena!
No.
She sees not Hermia. I mean, Hermia sleeps thou there. Ugh, and never made come Lysander near. I mean, for as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to my stomach brings. Oh, and now with all my will, to honor her love and might, I will find Helen, and I'll be her knight!
Help me, Lysander. Help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay me, for pity, what a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What removed? Lysander! Lord! What out of hearing? Gone. No sound. No word. Alack, where are you? Speak! And if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No. And I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you, I'll find immediately.
We all met.
Pat, what a marvelously convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brake, our tiring house. And we will do it in action, as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayst thou, bully bottom?
There are things about this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword with which to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By Your Lady, a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and in that prologue, let it seem to say that we will do me no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but am Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we shall have such a prologue. It will be written in 8 and 6.
No! Make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it! I promise you!
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves bringing in, God shield us, a lion amongst ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living. And we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell that he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must speak out through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble, for if you feel I come hither as a lion, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed, let him name his name, and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, that shall be so, but there are 2 hard things. We must have moonlight in the chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe did meet at moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
Calendar, look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Yay!
Well, then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Or else a person could come with a lantern or a bush of thorns and say that person comes to present the person of moonshine. There's another hard thing. We must have a wall in the chamber, for you know, Pyramus and Thisbe did speak through a chink in the wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him, and let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if that is so, then all is well. Come, every mother's son, and rehearse our parts. Pyramus, you may begin. Now, when you've finished your speech, you may enter into that break. And then, all other actors, as if on cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Stand forth, Thisbe.
Thisbe, thy flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors. Odors.
Odors savor sweet. so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark! A voice! Stay thou here but a while, and by to thee I will appear.
A stranger Pyramus and air played here.
Must I speak now?
Marry must you, for you must understand he just goes to see a noise that he has heard, and then is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most briskly juvenile and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus's tomb, man. You mustn't speak that yet. You say that to Pyramus. You speak all your parts at once, cues and all. Pyramus, you may enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh! As truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, if I were only thine.
True! Oh, strange!
Bottom!
Flee,
Bottom!
master! Flee!
What is wrong?
I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom. Thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, bless thee, bless thee, bless thee. Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee, Bottom. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could. Well, I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I shall sing, that they shall hear. I am not afraid. The Osselcock, so black of hue, with orange and tawny bill, the throstle with his notes so true, the wren of little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed? I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored by thy note, so is mine eye enthralled by thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, that I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have no reason for that. Yet to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbor will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Oh, not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I've got enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here. Whether thou wilt or no, I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou impressed flowers dost sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness so, that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed.
And I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bag steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers, crop his waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortals! Hail! Hail! Hail!
Oh, I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb?
Oh, I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. Why, if I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peas blossom?
Well, I pray you commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peascod, your father. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too, good Master Peas Blossom. Your name, I beseech you, sir?
Mustard seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed. Well, I know your patience well. I promise you your kindred it made my eye water here now. Oh, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps every little flower lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue. Bring him silently.